Nation, what's good? What's good? What's going on in the Raider news today? Well, the big topic is Sam Darnold will not be franchise tagged by the Minnesota Vikings. For some people, this is huge news. For other people, it really don't matter. For me, as long as we stay away from him, I really don't care. So, um, other than that, if y'all want to talk about Sam Darnold, let me know in the comments. We will get into it here in a bit. Also in the news, Devontae Adams has been released by the New York Jets. Will he end up with our rivals, the Chargers? Will he end up with the Donkeys? Could he possibly end up back in Las Vegas? Well, you never know. Was the fallout because of the organization? Was the fallout because of Antonio Pierce saying he was going to play in a preseason game and he said he wasn't going to play in a preseason game? Was it the fallout because of the quarterback situation? Was it the staff? We will never know. Was it the fact that he was just a diva and wanted out? I mean, those are all questions to be remained. So up in the air again, Devontae Adams. Some people have said Pittsburgh. Some people have said definitely. I don't think he's going to Washington. They just got a big time receiver over there. So what other contenders? Could he go back to Green Bay possibly with Josh Jacobs? I mean, that would be huge. They have a receiver that they might be kind of moving on from very, very soon. So, I mean, you never know. You never know. But Lawrence, my guy, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you pulling up in the building. So, and then the biggest news, Max Crosby today on the Rush channel said, not come out and said, but insinuated that he would love for Aaron Rodgers to come back this year, silence the critics, have an MVP season in Las Vegas, which would be absolutely wild. And it's absolutely crazy. Rick, my guy, you made it. Appreciate you pulling up. Um, I think it's wild and absolutely crazy that Max Crosby said, what? It hasn't even been 3 months. What was it? 3 months ago, he said he was staying out of the front office that was above his pay grade, and he wasn't getting into that no more. Right now, all of a sudden, he's out there rooting and trying to bring Aaron Rodgers in. If Aaron Rodgers comes to the Raiders, could y'all see Devontae Adams following and coming back? Like I said, we don't know what the outcome was of, well, besides the money. I mean, that was the biggest problem with Devontae leaving, was the money. But was it something with him and Antonio Pierce? And could it be different if Aaron Rodgers comes to the Raiders with the new regime? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to see either one of them, in my opinion, personally. But apparently, Max Crosby wants to see Aaron Rodgers as a Raider, which I think is wild. Um, Also, if you missed it yesterday, we broke down Aidan O'Connell, where he fits. Is he a top 20 quarterback? Is he a top 25? Higher, lower? Where is he at? So if you missed it, we broke down all 32 NFL quarterbacks and their stats compared to Aiden O'Connell's 17 games, which, is not really a great comparison. He played half of his games as a rookie. He played, the other half, the back end of the season. One thing I didn't bring up yesterday was, he plays his best football when he gets to play back to back to back games. As a rookie, he got better every single game. Got smoked by the Chargers. The next time he played them, he put up 4 touchdowns in the first half. So also, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception towards the end of the season. The man put up decent numbers. You really don't believe Aaron Rodgers will come? I mean, I don't know. Going on 43, I mean, what's he really got to prove? Except for the fact, like Max Crosby said today, he's very, very competitive. And he don't want to go out like that, right? He didn't have the greatest season. It wasn't bad. I mean, their record was horrible. They're picking right behind us, right? So their record wasn't great, but his numbers for being 42 years old, coming off an Achilles heel injury, it's not an easy injury to overcome. I mean, we've seen player after player not be able to do it. I think Deshaun Watson just came off of one not too long ago. Who else? Oh, Kirk Cousins just came off Achilles. Didn't have his best season. Started out okay, didn't end very good. Got benched for Michael Penix. So yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming either. I don't want to see, depending on the price. I mean, he'd be great if he wants to come in as a mentor role. I mean, I don't know. Start the beginning of the season if he gets beat out. Nav man, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. I'm a firm believer if we did not secure the trenches, no quarterback, running back, we sign will make a difference. Um, we got our folks re-sign on defense first. Yes, 1,000%. I agree with you. I agree 1,000%. Do we take a offensive lineman in the first round? I could very well see us taking an offensive lineman in the first round. Um, that dude Campbell out of what Alabama? I don't know where the hell he's at. Georgia, whatever. The offensive guard is an absolute beast. My guy Lawrence says no. Navman says no. Max wants to get Rogers as long as it doesn't affect his extension money. Yeah, right. Well, it might have a little bit to do that. No and no. Probably defense. I mean, we can improve on the defense, but again, I mean, it never hurts to go defense. But I have a very very strong feeling that you could get a starter on the defensive line anywhere in this draft. First round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, where we have three picks. Three picks. I believe you can get a starter there. There's going to be guys on this defensive line in this draft and at edge. Maybe not linebacker as much, maybe not as edge as much, it's not as deep, but definitely in the trenches, defensive tackle, defensive line. Those guys, you've seen the combine, right? You've seen the speed some of these guys are running. Not everybody's going to need a defensive tackle. There's a lot of them. So we can get tackles. Arnie Garza, what's good? What's good? We can get defensive tackle, I believe, later in the rounds. Offensive, there's not gems, right? Now there was some guys that shined in the combine. There, I talked about Jared Wilson, I believe he's the center from Georgia. If you could move that kid over to guard, it would be a great, great pickup. Um, a couple other guys you know, um, I thought Will Campbell. They say about his arm length, his footwork, his aggression, his size, his speed makes up for his short arm. So Will Campbell is an absolute freak. And if he falls to six, I could see the Raiders pulling the trigger on him. I definitely can. I mean, it hasn't happened too many times. Pete Carroll, one time in 14 years, once in 14 years, Pete Carroll took an offensive lineman. So, twice. He took a guard and a tackle. I believe. A guard, a tackle, a safety, and a defensive end is the only four times he's picked since he was in Seattle in 14 years in the first round. So I just don't see us, going crazy on defense. We don't know what we have in Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins in the first two games played pretty solid. He's going to be on a mission coming off that injury. This man had a full entire year to heal, to get healthy, to work out. I believe he's starting to come back from the workout towards the end of the season. So he's already been in training. Christian Wilkins is going to be a man on a mission. If we keep Kuntz, I believe we should keep Kuntz. I want to see Kuntz stay here. Um, that would be crazy as hell. And if we could pick up a Gray Zabel, a Will Campbell, um, thoughts on both, bro. Arnie, do you not watch the show? You're on every time I go live. All I talk about is Gray Zabel. Like, dude, Gray Zabel is my top offensive lineman and has been since since Senior Bowl practices, or not Senior Bowl, the Shrine Bowl practices. The dude's a freak. So Will Campbell, I didn't think was as good. The combine impressed the shit out of me. I didn't know that big man can move that fast. So Will Campbell was, I had, if we moved back or something and took him, I'd be fine. But I'm fine with taking Will Campbell at 6. I mean, no, I have no problem whatsoever taking him at 6, and trading back up and taking another offensive lineman if we have to get a guard, or putting him at guard. I mean, I'm not mad at either one. Um, no, 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 no. Where was I at? I hate when I don't miss his. We need to sign Becton to shore up the O line. I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that. I just don't think as good as our offensive line was last year. Now, this show is part 2 from yesterday. We broke down all the stats about AOC. We had him ranked. Okay, I didn't have him. Arnie Garza, what'd you have him ranked 24th? You had AOC 24th. I had him at the between 20 and 18. It depends. There's a lot of guys. Um, there was 24 quarterbacks out of the 32 that you could say Aidan O'Connell is just as good, if not better, or just a tad bit below. Raf was good. Appreciate you pulling up in the building. So, somewhere at 2024, I'm not mad at that. But then I started looking at it when I got offline last night, and I was like, man, what about the offensive line? Where were they ranked for those quarterbacks that I had above Aiden O'Connell? And where's the running game ranked? Because we know we had the worst running game in the entire NFL. So, I started to break that down. Um, so you no longer I want Meredith. Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. I want Meredith. I want competition. Definitely want competition, but we need another guard. Parham, I don't want Parham at guard. I think he's just a little bit light. That 285. I know his quickness, I know his strength makes up for it. I don't know if he's the starting guard we need. I think him and between him and Andre James was a big weakness for us last year. I thought Meredith came in and played way better than Parham. So if we can get another guard, whether it be left or right side, I think Meredith played better on the right side. So if we can get another guard on the left hand side, would be like a Gray Zabel. I'm good with that. But yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. We don't need too many pieces at our offensive line, and I'll get to that, the stats and the facts here in a little bit of why we don't need too many people at the offensive line. In my opinion, no quarterback in this draft worth trading up. I suspect we take a base on the Brady effect. I mean, you could go Brady effect. You could go Riley Leonard in the third or fourth, which I mean everybody should know by now if you follow this channel. I'm a big Riley Leonard fan, not a Notre Dame fan. There's something about that kid. Same way I feel about Aiden O'Connell. There's just something about him. I'm like, man, this dude just gets overlooked. Got faith in PC. I don't know what the hell that is. What you mean PC? Um, Same here. Glad he was kept. I love the star. What? I love the star all the way around. Stab 31. All right. Your thoughts on Jalen Noel and Jalen Higgins? Arnie, my guy. I told you before the combine, we did 2 weeks ago. We did a receiver breakdown. They were my top five, or top 10, both of them. I think I had Jaden Higgins like seventh or fifth, fifth or sixth. Had Jalen Noel right up there too. So e- uh, either one of those guys, bro. I would take either one of those guys in a second. Before anybody says Trey Smith, no, no, no. He got wrecked by. Yeah, no. I don't want Trey Smith. I've already said that, and he just got franchise tagged. I do believe, or is about to, if he hasn't. And yeah, he got killed in the Super Bowl. But we got to also remember that Trey Smith was a guy that had a heart injury and had a heart problem, or he would have been a first round pick in the NFL draft. I don't know what last year, the year before, whatever year he was drafted by Kansas City. But there was a lot of teams that were going to take him in the first round, probably in the top 10. And then he had a problem with his heart. He has some kind of heart issue. And the doctors, told teams back off not to take him. And then all of a sudden, he showed up in the seventh round, and the Kansas City Chiefs were like, hell, let's just take a chance. And it turned out pretty good. So, yeah. But I mean, I'm not paying him 20, 25 mil. Absolutely not. I'm cool on Leonard. Yeah, Riley Leonard killed it, bro. I don't know. I've been saying all year like that him and Jackson Dart have been my quarterbacks since the season started. I mean, not Riley Leonard. It kind of took a little bit. Rumors have it Vikings signing Darnold to a 2-year deal. Did the Raiders affect this happening? Um, I don't think the Raiders had anything to do with it. I think no. I believe the reports are that I'm hearing is Sam Darnold wanted to stay in Minnesota. Hawaiian Candy, appreciate you pulling up. Minnesota was a team that believed in him. They took a chance on him when nobody else would last year. They brought him in on a pretty cheap deal, and you know Kevin O'Connell believed in him, so he wants to. He likes just Raiders baby. What's good? Appreciate you. He likes the camaraderie he has with the team. He definitely likes the receivers, the offensive line around him. So yeah, I told you Sam Darnold wasn't going to be a Raider, wasn't going anywhere. I've told y'all Matthew Stafford was going to be a Ram. He wasn't going anywhere. I just don't know why people don't listen. Appreciate you pulling up. Um, so yeah, so we broke it down, and I just want to show some numbers. I'm not going to do 2 hours last night. I said I wasn't going to be on long last night, and it ended up being way longer than I thought. And most people probably aren't going to watch the breakdown because it took way longer than I thought it was going to take. But I just want to show some of these numbers right here. Oh shit! Don't end that. Give me a second. Fuck. Fudge, fudge, fudgy wudge. All right. So we went over the quarterbacks yesterday, and there was, like I said, there was 24 quarterbacks out of 32 that Aidan O'Connell had similar stats to, within 5 touchdowns, an interception or two less, and the exact same amount of yards or more in his 17 games as a rookie compared to every starting quarterback this year. We went over their stats. Arnie Garza had him ranked 24th. I had him, it just depends. And it depended on what we're about to break down right now: offensive line, running backs, all that shit. Shared the live. Appreciate you. So, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I need more devices. Um, Damn it, give me a second. I'm gonna have to get out of this one and show this one too. All right, y'all can see me. Y'all can hear me. I can't see what I'm doing. So here we go. The Denver Broncos, right? So Bo Nix was ranked the 17th quarterback in the NFL last year. He had 3,775 yards. He threw for 29 touchdowns with 12 interceptions, one more than Aidan O'Connell, nine nine more touchdowns than Aidan O'Connell, ran for 430 yards, fumbled 3 times. Excellent stats, excellent numbers, right? Well, the reason why he had these excellent stats and excellent numbers is right here, bro. It's right here. The Denver Broncos regular season grade for offensive line was a 99.5, an A plus. In the playoffs, they were a 99.6, A plus. First overall. First overall. So, I mean, if you put Aiden O'Connell with the number one offensive line in the NFL, and then let's just throw in some more stats. Because, so this ain't gonna work. This is gonna be the shittiest live. I can't see what I'm doing. So his running back, fuck is it? Denver Broncos. His running back did not help him out very much. They only had on 139 attempts. Well, I guess he had 3 running backs, so I don't have all of them. But the main starter, Javonte Williams, had 513 yards, 4 touchdowns, 346 yards receiving with 0 touch. So out of all these top 10 quarterbacks, so the very top quarterback, the best quarterback in the NFL ranking wise, rushing wise, was of course Lamar Jackson. His line was graded a 92.1. Basically, every quarterback that I ranked above Aiden O'Connell, which wasn't very many, I had him at shit. I don't know. I think he's like I said, as good or just he was better or a little bit less than every single quarterback in the NFL. And here, let me do this. Let me make this a little better somehow. I don't know. Stop presentation. Share this new presentation. So I'm gonna go over these numbers really damn fast. Just in case you wasn't on the live yesterday, because none of y'all were. There wasn't too many people that pulled up yesterday to the live, but I want to break this down. So Lamar Jackson had 4,000 plus yards, 41 touchdowns, four interceptions. I forgot to put Aiden shit on the screen. Wait, let me see if it's still on there. Um, yes, it's still on there. All right. So this is Aiden O'Connell's stats in a 17 game period. You can read them. You can see them, right? 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 8 blah, 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 1 rushing touchdown, 6 fumbles. This is in 17 games as a starter for the Las Vegas Raiders. Get back to the chat. And I got to go find all my shit. This is not working like I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a little easier. All right. So, Buffalo. So, Josh Allen had 3,731 yards. That is less than Aiden O'Connell in a 17 game period. And he's been in the league 7 years. Aiden O'Connell's been in the league, 2 years, has a total in those 2 years of 17 games. That's why we're finally doing this comparison. 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's, way better than Aiden O'Connell. Rushed for 531 yards. There's no doubt about it. Josh Allen is way better. 5,000 yards for Burrow, 43 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. We're not even going to go there. Jared Goff, over 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, the same amount as interceptions as Aiden O'Connell. Sam Darnold, who everybody says we should trade for, is the big talk of the nation, right? He had less than 500 yards more than Aiden O'Connell. He had 35 passing touchdowns. He had 12 interceptions. Now let's stop that right there. Fuck my life. So yeah, stop that right there. So where is Aiden? Oh shit, why ain't this coming up? Damn it. There's too much shit to show at once. I should have just made a damn video. It won't let me show more than flipping one screen. All right, back to this shit. So offensive line grades. Buffalo. Where the hell is Minnesota? Arizona Cardinals, Washington Commanders, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings. So the Minnesota Vikings with Sam Darnold, that everybody says we should pay $50 million to in free agency because he had one good year, had an offensive line with a grade of 82.1. 82.1, right? The only difference between him and Aiden O'Connell is he threw 15 more touchdowns. Well, and he had Justin Jefferson and a pretty damn good staff around him, right? Pretty damn good staff. Wait, I could present more shit at once or no? All right. So his running backs. Minnesota Vikings. His starting running back, not counting his backups, had 255 carries, rushed for 1,138 yards with 5 touchdowns, caught another 400 yards. That's 1,500 yards from his running back with 7 touchdowns. The Raiders had 3 running backs that didn't get to 1,000 yards, didn't have the 5 touchdowns. Our 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 main running back had 420 yards in Madison with like 160 carries. So I just don't see the difference in these numbers, bro. Aiden O'Connell had no run game. Now, offensive line. Let's go to that. That sucks. Oh shit. I gotta do this every time. All right, offensive line. So to find Aiden O'Connell, offensive line. Oh, don't freeze up on me. Thank God. Um, we have to come all the way down here. We're still going. We're still going. Oh, here we are. 22nd. We had a season grade for our offensive line of 69.4, a D. So out of the 15 quarterbacks in the NFL that I had rated above Aiden O'Connell, every single one of those had an offensive line rated B plus or higher. They also all had 1,000 yard rusher. Aidan O'Connell, when we had a quarter running back rush for over 100 yards in a game, is 6-1 as a starter. He should be 7-1. Again, we botched the snap, or they botched the snap in Kansas City. We had over 100 yards rushing in that game. He would be 7-0 when the Raiders rush for 100 yards when he's a starter. So I just don't get these numbers, bro. I don't. How do you remove me? Damn, my bad, my bad. I think Jackson Dart could be that dude. You know, I think Shador could be is going to be a franchise quarterback for a team. It's not going to be right away. He's going to have to sit for a year. I think Jackson Dart would benefit for sitting for a year also. Um, you know, Cam Ward, he's probably going to go number one, quarterback off the board. I believe he would benefit, more than anybody probably for sitting from a year. He's a gunslinger. He has that, balls to the wall attitude. So, um, if AOC had mobility, he would be a top 10, yeah. I mean, if he could run the ball, he would, I don't know about top 10. He'd definitely be in the top 15 range. I mean, he'd be somewhere in there. Exactly. Best O line in the NFL starts with JPJ at center. It does. And, Colton Miller, you could say we could say what we want about Colton Miller, but he's been the anchor for the offensive line, for the Raiders since he's been drafted. And he was injured. It took him a while. He had three or four. Is it four, three or four? I believe he had four different left guards next to him last year. So for a guy to have that many, changes next to him when he's coming off an injury and he needs all the help he could get, he wasn't 100%. He's a big guy. For those guys, it takes a lot longer to get in shape than a receiver or a running back. Those 300-pound linemen take way longer to get back, from being healthy again. Telesco blesses with Brock Bowers, JPJ. Not a draft, not a bad draft at all. Tom Telesco didn't draft us with shit. That was a collective group agreement, just like every franchise. You know, it's never that one guy. It's most of it's the scouts, and then people agreeing with the scouts. They do most of the work. So Tom Telesco didn't really do shit for us, but put us in a hole with free agency and got rid of Josh Jacobs. Rebel AOC is better than Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milrow. At the moment, yes, because he has 17 games experience under his belt. So, I mean, yeah, he's seen every NFL defense in 17 games that you're going to throw at him. So, I mean, off the jump, yes. In a year, probably not. Probably not even close. Do I not have my phone? Fuck. Give me a second. Time out. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to catch it. All right, so Rebel, why you hide your face, bro? Damn. Uh, I'm freezing, bro. It's cold, and no, I'm not bald, man. I got lots of hair, bro. It's just all messed up now. Messed up my hoodie, bro. Messed up my hoodie. uh, no, it's freezing. It went from 70 degrees 2 days ago to 32 tonight, or right now, 32, and it's supposed to snow again. Man, killing me, bro. Killing me. This is the worst quarterback class in 20 years, no question. No, it's not. No, no, it's not. No, it's no, 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 no. I totally disagree. Sorry, respectfully. No, it's not, bro. Oh my god, how many messages am I getting? I'm trying to catch up to the chat. Stop messaging me. Scroll. Why am I scrolling to the bottom? Why am I scrolling to the bottom? Lakeshore Raider, appreciate you pulling up in the building. Nav Man with the $5 holler. What's good? Appreciate you, my guy. My phone was blowing up. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Joanna in the building. Hawaiian Candy, appreciate you, appreciate you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm slow getting to y'all. I was trying to break down some shit, and I can't look at the screen if I got two screens up and three screens on my computer because I don't have another big screen. You know, some of us can't afford all those luxuries. No, I'm just kidding. uh, Shit. Now my son's calling. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Hello. No shit. Sorry, I apologize. That was important. I had to take that. Now I just lost my place scrolling down. Damn it. Let's get into it. I mean, the on the Viking thing. Sorry, I was just seeing that if the Vikings do sign Sam Darnold, you know, they can sign him and trade him. They can sign him to a short deal and trade him away and get something for him because they're smarter than the Raiders. They're not, going to give him away like we did Derek Carr. So, um, uh, Becton, yeah, I mean Becton all the way, but are we willing to pay that $20 million? Like I said, we already have. Um, Shit, I think I was past that too. As far as the O line goes, we already have. Like I was saying, we have the veteran. We don't know what we're doing at left guard. Oh my god, why am I getting so many? We don't know what we're doing at left guard. We know what we're doing at center for many, many, many years to come. And if we don't go that route, we do have a center, that was on the practice squad. If somebody doesn't pick him up, which I don't know if he's on the roster now or not, I think they moved him to the roster at the end of the year. So, Will Putnam, I don't know if he's on the roster or, like I said, practice squad, but if he's not, he's going to be gone. So hopefully he's still on the roster. And then, we have a deep line. Um, we still have Munford. So we don't know, Munford got hurt. He was injured. He was one of our best linemen before he got injured. He was our starting right tackle. He took over for left tackle when Colton Miller got hurt at the end of the season 2 years ago. So we have some pieces on the line. We don't need a lot. We don't have to go crazy. One in the first round. If we get one stud in the first round, like a Will Campbell or any of these guys, Gray Zabel, I would even go as far as, like I said, the was it Ohio? Ohio's tackle that got hurt. That dude, we ain't seen much from him, but he looks super, super damn good. Or was it Oregon? I don't know. Darnold had 5 picks in one game. I know Aidan O'Connell never had no shit like that. It's worth nothing without a game. He's an MVP candidate. And like I said, there's an old saying: an all-pro offensive line will make any quarterback and running game look good. Like, you have to have an all-pro offensive line, and it's going to be a minute before we get an all-pro offensive line because we have a very young, very, very young offensive line. Arnie Garza, I agree with you. AOC is very talented for a fourth round pick. Wish we had a better offensive line plus better running backs. Okay, let me pull this up since you said that, my guy Arnie. Arnie to my guy. So this says, damn it, why ain't it gonna let me read it? All right, there we go. If it'll stay. The numbers speak for themselves. The Las Vegas Raiders, their pressure rate of 35.8, ranked 20th. I can't see that fucking light. And is not mitigated by a high time to throw. Ninth quickest. So he had the ninth least time to throw in the NFL. Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, not just Aidan O'Connell. This is Gardner Minshew too, because he started most of the games in the season. The Raiders particularly struggled against the blitz with a 46. Let me repeat that. A 46. They say Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, but I'm just talking about the games Aidan O'Connell played this year. Holds the ball too long, takes too many sacks. So the Raiders particularly struggled against the blitz with a 46.6% pressure rate, 28th in the NFL out of 32 teams. Yet they were more solid group when just handling 4 or few pass rushers, 31.6% down to 13th. So when it was just one-on-one with our offensive line, they were fine. When they were getting, when they had the zone block or they had guys blitzing like linebackers or corners off the edge, they went from 13th to 28th. The run game was poor, ranked 22nd in RBWR. What the hell is that? I don't know. And 21st in running back yards. Okay, I don't know what that is either. Rush 8.5. The running backs, the offensive line had to work with didn't help either. Largely, though, the unit struggled to open up holes for the ground game and take advantage of it. The Raiders looked better over the final months of the season, ranked 8th in the last 4 weeks. So they went from 25th or 20. What the hell did I say? 22nd. So they went from 22nd in pass protection, run protection, run blocking protection to 8th. So the O line tightened up, bro. They tightened up a lot. So, once you get some games under your belt and get some camaraderie with these guys, it makes a big, big difference. It will be interesting whether they look to improve this group in the offseason or if they believe another year with the same front five will continue the upward trend we saw starting in December. So starting in December, they're saying The Raiders' offensive line group basically got way, way better. I mean, drastically. That man, Rebel hasn't cut his hair in forever. He's starting to look like Santa Claus. Come on, bro, that's wrong. You've known me for 26 years. When it's wintertime, my precious, beautiful skin has to be covered up with some kind of hair or it just freezes, bro. It just freezes. And the fact that I have or had 60 third degree burns on 60% of my body because I crawled out of a house fire twice 6 years ago really kind of helps that effect. So when it comes to wintertime, I don't cut my hair, I don't shave my face. I just let the shit grow so I could be as warm as possible because cold weather really, really affects me after the fire. Like I used to walk around in shorts and a t-shirt when it was, 45, 50 degrees outside. Now I'm freezing my balls off. We can't be sure the running backs suck. The O line's been shuffled around like a jigsaw. Yeah, but if you seen what I said, they went from 22nd to 8th towards the end of the season. Right, Joanna? Oh, shit, Shane Butler, my guy, was good. Um, it also was my aunt's birthday too. Shane laughing my ass off for real. Oh my god, Joanna and Shane, the Eagles fans together. No. What is it, Shane? Sorry, I'm late. I just seen your message. You know I always got you, my guy. It's about the Eagles and Raiders. Oh no. Um, because I have an idea of what I want to do, trying to get your perspective on things. Mine? You want my perspective? Joanna Easy. And we know this, Candy. We know. Yes, sir, my guy. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I didn't. Man, holy shit! How rude. Um, until we have a D line and O line, we have no business messing with quarterback, running back, wide receiver craziness. Damn. No Super Bowl this year, regardless. No farm sale, no trade ups. I don't see us trading up. I, that's not gonna happen. I don't see us trading up. I do see us trading back. I've talked about it the day Pete Carroll was hired. The day Pete Carroll came on here and said the Raiders ain't picking at number 6 unless there's a quarterback there that they believe is a quarterback of the future. I don't see him taking a defensive tackle. Lake Show was good. I don't know if I shouted you out. Um, I don't see him taking a defensive tackle. I don't see him taking an end. Even if one, okay, if one is there, I can see him taking one. But it has to be a blue chip guy at 6. If there's not a blue chip defensive tackle, excuse me, defensive end, oh my god, that tastes like oil. Quarterback, I don't see him. I don't see him, or a safety maybe. You know, Nikki Nikki Manwari is one of them, right? He's one of them. You could take him in the first round. I wouldn't be mad taking him at 6. I mean, with Pete Carroll and what he's done, bro, bro. My guy Lake Show. Sorry, I'm just getting your shit. If you're still in here, I apologize. Rebel, no matter how much you or anyone else tries to slice it, AOC will never be the answer. He's a fucking bum. So is Jackson Dart. Damn. All right. Well, how do you really feel? Sorry, he's behind in the chat a bit. Thank you, Mod. Appreciate it. Finally doing your job. No, I'm just kidding. Saquon got an extension, so yeah. That was the other news I was going to talk about. Saquon got an extension, and that's going to jump up the price of running backs. So I feel like we definitely need to go running back. I know Navman just said we have no right or no reason whatsoever to draft a quarterback. I disagree. You draft a quarterback every year. Now, draft one in the first round? No, we don't need one in the first round. A running back in the first round? No. A receiver in the first round? No. So if that's what you were saying, then no, we're not taking any of those in the first round. I totally agree, 1,000%. However, we do need running backs, whether it be the second round, the third round, I don't care. We need a running back. And the free agent market is about to skyrocket for these guys. Najee Harris was projected somewhere around $9 million. How much you want to bet? I'll bet anybody right now that price goes up probably $3 or $4 million in the next couple weeks when free agency hits on the 11th. It's gonna skyrocket. I'm telling you. Um, He's on a phone call. Yeah, sorry, my bad. That was my son calling. I had to take it. Family's always first. Oh, 28 years? Well, whatever. I believed in the draft of Bo Jackson and Tim Brown. We're going back far. Raiders, you are a dude that believes in LeBron James before he became a Laker. I bet you did. You got your blinders on. Shout out to Navman in the building, posting his opinions. Love it. Lakeshore Raider, I have advice for you. Come in here with OGs and get handled. Simply. Okay. Well, I'm glad I caught up to these. Shane Butler says, Rebel, should I be a loyal Eagles fan and Raiders fan? Man, that's something you're gonna have to that's in your heart, bro. That I can't make those decisions for you. Chat, help him out. Our diehard Eagles fan, our Raiders fan. I'm thinking of sticking with my roots and being an Eagles fan, but sucks have Raiders hoodie. I mean, bro, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but if you're sticking to your roots, where you grew up or where you were born and raised, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be an Eagles fan and still cheer for the Raiders. I mean, I wouldn't watch all Raiders content or any shit like that. Wear your hoodie inside where nobody sees you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what advice you want me to give you, bro. Like that's a decision you got to make yourself, 100%. So what's your perspective of this situation I have? I just told you. Okay, Rebel, I have to get some work done. Appreciate you. Shout out. If Camar Shador go before we pick, will we pick Campbell? What? What? Will we pick Will Campbell? Will be the pick? I don't know. Y'all making my reading look dumb because you don't know what you're doing. I think Will Campbell should be the pick. I mean, very well should be the pick. Now, if they feel there's another guy they can get the same amount of value for, you know, moving up or in the second round, which I don't see it. You're not going to get value like Will Campbell if you don't take him in the first round. Now, I don't know if y'all watched the draft, and I don't know if I can find the comparison. Well, maybe I'll find it and I'll pull it up tomorrow on my live. Um, Also on my birthday, I will be live. I think in the daytime, a lot earlier instead of evening or late at night like I usually rock with. Um, I'll let it play in the background. Appreciate you. So yeah, Will Campbell was one of the fastest linemen in the combine, not just in the 40 time, but in the cone drills, in all those drills. And what they say since 2000 and 2010, I do believe, or even more than, I don't even know what it was. 20 years, I think they said 20 or 15 years. That's insane numbers for Will Campbell. So his stock way up, way up in my opinion. Shane Butler, I think it's one or the other, or you're not loyal. That's well said, 100%. I do like other teams, of course, but my loyalty lies with the nation. See, I'll watch other teams. I don't really like any other teams. Still undecided. uh, the more facts you hear makes me happy, right? At least you're watching Raiders content, bro. If you can't get away from the Raider content, then maybe that's your team. Maybe it's not the Eagles. I don't know if you watch content creators or Eagle content creators. You've already bought Raider stuff. Maybe it's just in your blood to be a Raider fan, but I can't choose that. You have to make that decision. And like he said, to be a loyal diehard fan, you have to pick one or the other. You can't say I'm a diehard fan, but my other team is so and so. Like, just don't make sense. Doesn't go together. Bring back Amir Abdul to be a veteran. Plus, draft Henderson and Scatterboo. Cut Madison, McCormick, yes or no? McCormick sat way too long and never got a shot. He needs to be on the roster. I believe. I mean, at least in the camp. And if he gets beat out and doesn't make the team, then so be it. Does he deserve a roster spot? No, you got to earn that shit. So I'm not about giving anything to anybody. Madison, just cut him. There's no reason to bring him back. Scatterboo, there's a lot of talk, and Scatterboo's not that dude. But when I see a dude that can line up in the Wildcat, throw touchdowns, catch touchdowns 60 yards down the field, like, I mean, I think Scatterboo could be that dude. Now, it depends on where you draft him. Um, Travion Henderson, yes, but I would take Judkins before him. Depends on who's the board. I am all about respect, folks trying to find their way. The key is respect. You are one of the respectful ones that I can see so far. Oh yeah, Shane. Shane was a Raiders fan when he first started coming in here, and then his Eagles went on that wild run and made it to the Super Bowl. And now he's kind of deciding, but he'll find his way. He'll find his way. And yeah, he don't come. He did come in here saying, rubbing it into my face for a little bit, but shit, I would have did the same thing. um, show support and love to others. Fact, 100%. 93. All right, do we have any football talks in here? I'm just saying. Here we go. Rebel, who is the biggest winner at the combine? Who is the biggest loser? I thought the biggest loser was Isaiah Bond, right? Wasn't that the dude that said he was going to run a 4.2 or a 4.140? Said he was going to blow everybody out of the water. Um, yeah. So to me, I mean that's a big loss. Like you got to learn to um, under evaluate and over exceed. Right? In my opinion, under evaluate yourself and over exceed is way better than saying I'm gonna break this, record that somebody just broke last year that stood for a while. You can't go out on a limb and say that shit. I thought there was a bunch of losers. I thought a couple of defensive linemen. I don't really have it wrote down. Um, I thought Will Howard hurt his stock. I thought Jalen Milrow shit the bed. But somehow, when you turn on X or Bleachers Report or ESPN or any of this, all you see is Milrow stock rising. The Raiders are very interested in this guy. Now, maybe they want to sit a guy for 2 years, 3 years. If they're very interested in Milrow, then look for Darnold to be a Las Vegas Raider. I mean, in my opinion, if you're taking Milrow, he's got to sit at least 2 years. So you got to go with a veteran, unless they believe Aidan O'Connell's that guy. I don't really know, but um, Shane Butler, truth be told, when a team is winning, they get the most annoying. That's the truth in any sport. Rebel, can I ask you about my Eagles? Sure, my guy. What? Um, so can you look and see what we will lose and keep based off our cap? Estimated value? I hope Brom and Beckham come back. I think Becton is coming back, and I don't think they're going to let Zach Bond walk. I'm sure they're working out a deal for him right now. He just meant too much to the organization, to the Super Bowl, to the year they had. He deserves the money, right? They brought him in as a free agent. They didn't pay him a whole lot of money, kind of like the Spillane story. So I wouldn't worry about either one of those guys. Becton, I would worry about a little bit. Baum, not as much. Uh, Butler, if I may, I think your Eagles have the best O line and D line combo in the league. That's the recipe for success. It is by far. It's 100%. Everybody knows that you have to have a solid offensive line, and if you have an All Pro offensive line, like I said earlier, it makes any quarterback and running back group look good. Um, if you have the best defense in football, I mean, shit, we don't even have to say, right? Best defense in football, 99.9% of the time makes the playoffs and goes very deep into the playoffs. There's not many cases you could say the best football, the best defense in football doesn't make the playoffs. Um, put this shit up. Rebel rumors are Rogers, Wilson, and Fields linked to Raiders. Who would you sign to compete with AOC? Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not big on Rogers. I'm not big on signing these dudes that are you know to end of their prime, bro. I'm so tired of the Raiders bringing in guys at the end of their prime, thinking they're gonna save the world. Like Navman said, build the O line, build the defense, rock with Aidan O'Connell, bro. If that's what you have to do, draft a quarterback, like a Will Howard, like a Riley Leonard, like a Milrow, third, fourth round if they're there. If they're not, then don't worry about it. Whatever, take one, in the sixth or seventh, and just take a swing and see what he turns out to be. Draft one next year. But I agree with Navman 100%. Like you, the old line is not there yet. Now we were ranked eighth in the NFL when it comes to pass blocking. We were still in the top 20s when it come to run blocking. So that wasn't getting any better. Will it improve? Yes. Will it improve with this coaching staff? I believe 100%. If we keep the same guys, do some of the guys, maybe need to be replaced? In my opinion, 100%. I'm not going to say who, but I believe we'd be better off changing at least two pieces on the offensive line. And if we can get two all pro guys or, Pro Bowl caliber type guys, one in this draft and one in free agency, then I'm all for it. If we're not paying them 25 million, because we don't have the money, in my opinion, not if we're in win now mode. Um, I'd put someone in timeout, accident on my phone, slipped, my finger slipped. Shane, that's funny shit. Uh, Funny as a motherfucker. Putting people in timeout, my guy. That's wild. All right, I don't know why it won't let me get in this shit. Shane, can you make people mods? Do you have that power? I'm not mad, bro. I'm not mad. um, because the teams we played sucked. How do you say the teams we played sucked? Six of the games we played were all in the playoffs. We played the Chiefs twice. We should have beat them both times. We played the Chargers twice. We played the Broncos twice. All three of those teams made the playoffs in our division. How do you say we play shit teams? Who else did we play? I don't even. We played the Steelers. They made the playoffs. Um, we played the. Then we play the Rams. They made the playoffs. We played the Bucks. They made the playoffs. Lake Show, come on, bro. You got to come better than that, dog. You got to come better than that. Like, positive necessary. That come on, man. Rebel, your thoughts on the Eagles going back to back Super Bowl 60 going back to back in Super Bowl 60. Flying to it, but I'm happy going to get that third ring. LOL. What? I don't think they have a chance, Shane. Not a chance in hell. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, it depends on who they lose in free agency and how quickly they replace that guy. Um, Personally, I think they can do it if not too many pieces leave. See, Navman, great minds think alike. He said the exact same thing I was going to say. Um, we beat the Ravens. Thank you, Navman. Thank you. Rebel, no, I can't. I not have that much power. Damn. I was trying to make Navman a damn. But it won't let me do shit in here. Stupid. Um. So yeah, let's get back to this shit. So rest of the offensive lines, we were at where am I at? 22nd. 22nd. So the New Orleans Saints, which is up there with us, Derek Carr still had 15 touchdowns to 3 or 4 interceptions in 10 games. Crazy numbers. Um, their offensive line, I ain't just showing up, was ranked 23rd. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Russell Wilson, who threw for the same amount of yards as Aidan O'Connell, the same amount. No, he had 3 less interceptions and the same amount of touchdowns with offensive line and a much better running game. The New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, we broke it down, had the exact same numbers as Aidan O'Connell in a 17 games. Had the 25th best offensive line. So maybe I'll question the Aaron Rodgers thing again. Let's say this: Aaron Rodgers is the one free agent I would not be mad at the Raiders signing. We've heard Aaron Rodgers coming to the Raiders ever since Devontae came. Um, we heard him coming to the Raiders before Devontae came. Every year, it's Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders. If the price is right for the year he had coming off the Achilles, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. Now, if he competes and gets beat out, if there's a fair competition, but if you're just gonna bring him in and give him the reins because he's Aaron Rodgers, then no, I'm not down with that. I'm not, and I'm sure he's gonna beat out anybody. I mean, come on, he's gonna beat out anybody he's playing with. He is Aaron Rodgers. Miami Dolphins. So Tua was ranked, I believe, 13th in the quarterback um, as quarterbacks with a 26th overall offensive line. Absolutely nuts. The Giants, 27th. The Titans, 28th. The Cincinnati Bengals. Now this, let's just, I don't know, put this up. Bro, this is the shit right here. So the Cincinnati Bengals had the 29th best offensive line in the entire NFL. Bro, 29th. Their grade was a 60.2, a D minus. Joe Burrow threw for 5,000 yards, 4,970 something, pretty much 5,000 yards. He threw for 49 touchdowns, I believe, and less than 5 interceptions or some shit in like that, somewhere in there. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people say Aidan O'Connell will never be a starting quarterback because good quarterbacks make teams better. Good quarterbacks can win without a running game, without an offensive line. And whoever says that is high as fuck and needs to be slapped upside their head because no team in the NFL can win without a good running game or a good offensive line, no matter how good your quarterback is, unless it's Joe freaking Burrow. Like that's the only way. Out of all the stats that I broke down yesterday, out of all these offensive line stats that I'm breaking down today, Joe Burrow is the only quarterback out of all 32. Okay, there was two other, but they didn't have nowhere near the numbers Joe Burrow did. Joe Burrow is the only quarterback in all of the NFL that made his team better. The only one. The only one. Now you could say, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes makes the Chiefs better." You know, uh, Josh Allen makes the Bills way better. Yes, yes, he does. He does absolutely. But if their offensive line and their running game was not what it was, his numbers aren't like that. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, are his rookie years of Josh Allen. He threw way too many interceptions. He fumbled the ball way too many times. Made dumb, stupid decisions because he didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have that running game. So once you get that, man, it's a totally different story. Rebel seems like offensive line performance leads to quarterback production increase. 1,000%. I mean, 1,000%. That is the whole point of football. If you don't protect your quarterback, like, have you watched any of the press conferences with Pete Carroll? What does he say the most? To make your quarterback succeed, you have to take the pressure off his shoulders. He can't be the only guy out there doing everything. You need a running game to take the pressure off his shoulders. You need an offensive line to protect him so he's not constantly there's not constantly broken plays. Like if an offensive coordinator calls a play and it's meant for the quarterback to take a 5-step drop and get the ball out in 2.5 seconds, and that quarterback has to step to the side, the whole play is fucked. The whole play. Your number one receiver is done. Now you have to step to the side and look for your second route, your third route. And if that's not there, by then you're pretty much sacked in the NFL. Like that's the way that shit goes. So timing is key. The only way you can have timing offenses in the NFL is to have an all-pro offensive line. That's it. Without an all-pro offensive line, you're not running a bunch of timing based shit, like unless it's 2 yard outs, drag routes, 5 yard slants. If you're running quick shit like that, then maybe possibly. But other than that, there's no way, bro. It's not happening. Um, I'm good with the Eagle. I'm good with the Eagles fan. Not a KC fan or Broncos fan, just to be clear, bro. I hope not. Come on, man. Rebel, would you bring back Adams with Rodgers as our quarterback one? I wouldn't mind seeing Devontae come back without Aaron Rodgers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably the only content creator that has the balls enough to say that shit. But Devontae's Devontae, bro. Aiden O'Connell had his best games with Devonte Adams. Like they started building a chemistry together. We heard Devonte constantly talk about Aiden coming out of his shell. Aiden start to know who he is. All that was because of Devonte Adams, in my opinion. Devonte brought the best out of Aidan O'Connell. So I would love to see Devonte come back. I mean, new coaching staff, way less money, shit. Like it would only help this team drastically. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It would be way better than bringing in somebody for 25 million for one season or, $50 million for 2 years. Devontae gonna have to be on a cheap ass deal. He's already been traded. Now he's been cut. Like he ain't getting a bunch of money. But no, Devontae's not coming back to the Raiders. That shit ain't happening. Not happening. But if you could get him on the cheap, come on, bro. He's gonna make this team better if he plays football, if he's not a diva, if he's not crying, if he's not worried about himself or stats, which in all the Devontae interviews I've seen with the Jets, I did not hear him one time talk about how they're not as great as he wants to be, or that they're not performing up to his ability, or all that shit that we heard him say when he was a Raider. Um, Arnie Garza, I wouldn't like it, but I would still be all in if it happens. Although I'd rather have Rodgers than Da. Da quit on us. I don't think Da quit on us. I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever. You can see in his interviews afterwards, he couldn't get the Raiders name or taste out of his mouth. He wanted to be here or he would have never came here. He stayed after Derek Carr left. That says a lot. The problem was him and AP got in their little tiff over the free agency or over the preseason shit when AP said if you're healthy you're gonna play, and Devontae said I ain't never played a preseason game in the last 10 years, bro. I ain't playing. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about? And that was the end of Devontae in Vegas. I guarantee you. And then when they said Aiden O'Connell's not going to be the starter as Gardner Minshew, dude, he was like, I'm gone, bro. He already knew. Already knew. I guarantee you. Already knew what Gardner was going to bring. The couple weeks that they practiced, Devonte Adams took 14 days off to have a baby, bro. 14 days off to have a baby. You really think he was happy with the team and the way that shit was going? No. So I don't think it was all him, bro. I don't know. I could be wrong though. I don't think he quit on us though. I think it came down to Antonio Pierce, him not agreeing, and Tom Telesco finding a way to get rid of him and getting him out to make him happy. But I don't think. Come on, the year he had in New York did make him happy, bro. There ain't no way. I grew up a Birds fan. Yeah, yeah, we know. Burrow is a stud. It's not even fair that he's on that team. Really, not fair at all. Um, Shane Butler, I'm not here to persuade you to the shield. I'm here right. Shane wants us to make that decision for him. Shane, you got to make that yourself, my brother. Um, you got it. Now you got no worries decisions. What? So I'm gonna have to be me, and that's Eagles not letting people make me feel like I need to change. If you're talking about me, Shane, I just joke with you, bro. If you took it to heart anytime I mess with you, I apologize. I've told you a million times, bro. I don't care if you're an Eagles fan, a Broncos fan, or a Chiefs fan. You're welcome to come in here anytime as long as it's respectful. So if you're talking about me putting pressure on you, don't make me feel bad, bro. But if it's other people like in school and shit like that, never listen to what people say unless you feel that that's the truth. Then maybe you should change. Um, you have my full respect. It's not my call. It comes down to soul. You are loyal and not an asshole. I got you 100%. Shout out to that, man. Um, fuck, I was trying to read that. It's only one. Best to get there young and stay there, right? Pick a team, man. Pick a team. The thing is, it's the NFL, and your Eagles aren't always going to be on top. My Raiders aren't always going to be on bottom. That shit rotates, so it's a wave. You gotta to be loyal. You gotta be willing to ride with the ups and downs. Like 49 years worth. There've been a lot. Um, oh, people in your area? Yeah, don't listen to them, man. Never let people persuade your opinion on something. Always follow your heart and your gut. Yeah, there's a bunch of fans everywhere. I promise you this: the time to pick your team is not after a Super Bowl for me. uh, yeah, because usually teams are horrible after Super Bowl years because they lose everybody. This year, I think that might be a different though. I had no choice. My dad played football with John Madden in his high school and college. I was born into the Shield. What, your dad played with John Madden in high school and college? That's insane, Nav man. Crazy. I bet he has some crazy stories. Um, we have so many different fans in our area. Heck, plenty of fans in South Jersey that hate the Eagles. Well, yeah, it's Jersey. It's New York. Like, of course they hate the Eagles. Especially, I mean, if you're a Giants, I mean, if you're if they're Giants fans in New York, they're really, really gonna hate him. Like, damn, right? I bet some crazy shit was said. Like the stories you could tell, or your father could tell, is wild. That would be crazy, crazy. Um. All right, man. So if y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about, I'm gonna try to keep these lives a little shorter than 3 hours, about an hour and a half. We got about 8 minutes. Anybody has anything else they want to talk about? Any questions they want to ask? Anything they want to know? Um, shit, let me know. You live in South New Jersey? I hate and love New Jersey at the same time. Rebel, do you think do I think that we're cursed? Nah, bro. No, we're just a franchise that, you know, got to the top, made some bad decisions, got back to the top, got bit in the ass for making a stupid decision and trading John Gruden. And, it's the NFL. Teams get better every single year. It takes a long time to recover from stupidity. You can't afford in the NFL to make stupid franchise moves like drafting Alex Leatherwood, like drafting Damian Arnett, like, like um, Darius Harewood Bay. I mean, the list goes on and on of God. It just makes me sick thinking about it. So, I mean, yeah, it's a painful journey. Yeah, it's very, very painful. So, no, they're not cursed. It's shit. We'll be back. We'll be back very, very soon with Tom Brady in the building, with the coaches we have. I see a very, very quick turnaround. Now, I'm not saying we're going to the playoffs this year or making it to the Super Bowl, any crazy shit, but I could see us being in a Super Bowl or contending for one in the next 3 years. I absolutely do believe that 100%. Um, Fun facts. Wait, let's put this up. It's got to be more interesting than what I got to say for sure. Fun facts. John Madden in college um, of San Mateo, 1954. It was not a good school for football. Right? Was any school a good school for for football in 1954? Your dad was a fullback? Sick. I played running back in high school. A little bit of linebacker, whole lot of safety. Um, Sixers hurt your soul. Yeah, Philadelphia's been rough for a minute, bro. They lied trying to compete, and lied trying to compete for an NBA championship. Notre Dame was good. Is that what you mean? ND. All right, man. So I'm gonna wrap this up. What else did I want to show on here? So yeah, basically that's all I wanted to show, man. I just wanted to show that you know to be one of these top teams or to be one of these top quarterbacks in the NFL, that you have to have not just a top offensive line, but you have to have a top running game behind him. And if you don't, like, your quarterback has, you know, a very, very, very smaller percentage of being successful. And it's just a fact. It's been a fact from day one for, I mean, 1,000 years in the NFL. It's just the way shit goes. Uh, just pulling up. All right, there we go. Much better. Think much better. So again, Sam Darnold, I'm glad he signed because man, we just can't afford that. So I'm gonna end this with going here. Oh, something else I wanted to show is Jaden Daniels, right? So Jaden Daniels as a rookie of the year, all that shit. Besides the 891 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, 5 fumbles, he passed for almost 300 yards less than Aidan O'Connell. He threw 5 touchdowns more with 2 less interceptions, but his offensive line for him as a rookie was a B plus. They were at 87. Wait, I don't want to speculate, so make sure I get the right one. Yeah, 87. So like, come on, man. When you put a rookie in that situation with a B plus offensive line and a running back in Bijan Robinson that had over 1,000 yards, a backup that had 400 and something yards, and another running back that had another two plus plus. On top of that, your rookie running back rushed for 891 yards. Like, dude, that's just a recipe for success. And if it wasn't for a couple of plays, they very well could have ended up Super Bowl champions very, very easily. But the other fact is this number right here. Patrick Mahomes, right? The best quarterback in the history of the NFL, everybody tries to say. The exact same touchdowns, interceptions as Aiden O'Connell, and he only threw 6 more touchdowns than Aiden O'Connell. Also, he only threw for 50 yards more than Aiden O'Connell. 50 yards, bro. That's Patrick Mahomes. Patty Mahomes in one less game. But he also had an offensive line that was ranked fifth in the NFL. And he also had a running back with close to 1,000 yards and another one right behind him. So it takes a whole entire team to win in the NFL, not just quarterback. Look, Geno Smith. Oh, Geno Smith was the other guy. I said, you know, I'm gonna have to backtrack. If the Raiders trade for Geno Smith, bro, I'm not gonna be mad at it one single bit. Now I know he's been in the league 12 years. He's up there with Aaron Rodgers. He don't run the ball anymore. He's not going to be a mobile quarterback. He's going to take a bunch of sacks. He's going to throw crazy amount of interceptions. I mean, he threw 15 interceptions, 21 touchdowns. That's one more touchdown than Aidan O'Connell. That's 4 interceptions more than Aidan O'Connell with only 400 yards passing or 500 yards passing more than Aidan O'Connell in a 17 game series. Now, he did have a 70% completion ratio, but he did all of that with the offensive line that was ranked 26th in the NFL. It was worse than the Vegas Raiders. So, Geno Smith with the Raiders, I wouldn't be mad if they traded for him. You know, they have another guy over there in Drew Lock, which I do believe was a draft pick um, from our very own head coach, you know. So I don't know. We could be making some trades with Seattle. I wouldn't be mad at these numbers. The 15 interceptions, I could do without. The 9 fumbles, you know, absolutely horrible. But like I said, Geno Smith did all this with the 26th best offensive line. So it was Geno Smith and um and Joe Burrow and Tua Tagovailoa was the other one. So those 3 quarterbacks are the only ones that had decent stats with, you know, pretty much bad offensive line play. But Tua Tagovailoa was their shit was 17th, so that's still 5 better than the Raiders. You like Philly everything and bleed Philly? Right on, right on. All right, man. Well, if y'all ain't got nothing else to say, nothing else to talk about, I put in my hour and a half. I will be on again tomorrow. We are going to break down more of the combine. We're going to talk more about winners and losers, who I think the Raiders should pick. We will also do a mock draft. So join me tomorrow. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. I can't grow the channel without your comments. So after the video, if you'd go in and leave a comment, I'd appreciate it. It helps get me in the algorithm. Um, I took a couple weeks off and my videos have been ass lately. They ain't barely getting 100 views. So somehow I need to get back in the algorithm. Maybe I'll go live twice tomorrow. I don't know. But my birthday is Thursday. So if y'all want to pull up for my birthday on Thursday, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm figuring out something. If y'all got any suggestions on what I should do for my live for my birthday, trying to make it fun, let me know. Hit me up. Raiders Rebel, IG. All my links are on my page. And we will try to do something fun. At least something fun. So um Shane Butler, I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I would say Celtics. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Lakers. I've been a diehard. Yeah, I'm a LA boy. I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Kings fan. I was born in LA. I just, just never got away from any of those teams. Those are the teams I watched growing up. Those are the teams I've always loved. You should hate the Lakers. They whoop the ass all the time out of Philadelphia. So shout out to you, Shane. You should hate them. You should hate them because we've been spanking that ass for many, many years, over and over and over. I'm just kidding. Uh, Lakers always buy championships. Hey, if you have the money to buy your shit, buy your shit. That's all I'm saying. I would not be mad if the Raiders went out and bought a championship this year. with the $120 million we have in a salary cap. If you have a quarterback that you think could be your guy, or move up in the draft, or pick at 6, whatever it takes, like I'm all in. If you think we can win this year and they believe within the upper suits of this organization that we can compete this year, then shit, go spend your money, go buy your Super Bowl. And I believe that's what the Raiders are going to do. It might not be this year, it might not, probably more like next year or the year after, but I guarantee you within the next 3 years the Raiders will be in a Super Bowl competing. Whether they win or not, I don't know, but we're going to be there. um what else I miss? Bro made Dallas give them Luca. Bro, they didn't make nobody do nothing. Dallas called them. Dallas called them and was like, "Hey, we need to trade this dude." They needed a big man. They had different vision. Unfortunately, they traded for a dude that's always injured. I would have never ever, even as a Lakers fan, bro. I was never an Anthony Davis dude. He just can't stay healthy, and you know, availability is the best ability. Remember that shit. Write it down, Shane. Availability is the best ability. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, if you can't get out there and help your team, like what good are you? So if you can't stay healthy, then you suck. And um, I mean, you don't suck, but you're not helping. Like I'm salty. Lakers got Luca. I'm not, bro. I'm not at all. I'm not. I wasn't mad when they got Bronny, and shame on the other 30. However many teams are in the NBA. Shame on the rest of them. That didn't pick up a phone and say, "Hey, can you want to trade for Luca?" But that was the Lakers GM knew the Dallas GM, and they had a talk, and he said, "Hey, what would it take to get Luca?" And they came to an agreement. So, in my opinion, there was no stealing. Dallas just made a bad, bad, bad decision, and now Kyrie's hurt. Like that team is in trouble. But we've heard all the talks. We can go into basketball. I can talk basketball, football, whatever sport you want. Just let me know. You know, we've heard all the talks that Dallas is thinking about moving to Vegas. So there's been a lot of talks about that's why they got rid of Luca. They're trying to downsize the franchise because they got to come up with all this money to move their franchise to where everybody's going, I guess, Las Vegas. So crazy shit. Sixers need a generational talent like Luca. Who doesn't need a generational talent like Luca? You know what would be the best bet for you, Shane? I mean, for your team, for the 76ers, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is the next up and coming star in the NBA. My Arkansas boy is nasty and cold with the ball in his hands. Like he makes people just look so bad. The dude is constantly breaking ankles, leaving shoes and socks on the court. Um, and from what I hear, rumors have it here in Arkansas, because my boy from Arkansas, Austin Reeves. No, I'm just kidding. But rumors are that Austin Reeves has declined to sign a 2-year contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. He doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to be the third wheel with LeBron and Luca. So if that's the case, if the 76ers want to change their franchise around really, really fast, like overnight, spend everything you got on Austin Reeves. Make whatever trade you can, go get Austin Reeves. And if you don't believe me, I know you don't like the Lakers, so you probably don't watch them, but put on Austin Reeves highlight reel. There's about 80 of them. And anyone you watch, you'll be like, holy shit, who is that dude? Like, Austin Reeves is nasty. We didn't even need Luca. We just needed Austin Reeves to play. But now we got the big three. I would trade Joe Embiid for Luca. I bet you would, but nobody else would. Joel Embiid's good, but he's not Luca good. Cooper Flag, I like Cooper Flag. Um, I hate he don't get more minutes. Right? Breaking news: all Raiders fans just told Devontae Adams to go fuck himself, except for a couple. Except for a couple. My issue with him is he's white. What the fuck, Shane? Shane. Oh my God. Isn't Luca white? Like, what the fuck? Your issue with Austin Reeves is he's white. Luca's white too, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say. Oh my god. So you're saying white people can't play basketball? You saying white people can't jump? I disagree, bro. I'll cross you up and take you to the hole any day of the week. Like, I can't dunk. Not at 50, but God, why do I keep saying that? I don't want to be 50. Can somebody reset the clock so I don't turn 50 in 2 days, please? I know you're white, but you still you can't. That's crazy shit. It's funny. We need more non-white guys. I want more out of USA players, bro. Come on, like there's some cold ass white boys. Like Jason Williams was one of the baddest dude ever. Like, come on, man. You can't say just because he's white you don't want him on your team. He's one of the best point guards in the NBA. He went from averaging 20 points a game to already up to I don't know what it's but close to 20, and he's getting less minutes. So that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Luca isn't from the US. What does it matter if he's from the US? Now you gotta be from a certain country to be white. You make no sense, bro. You crazy. Yes, I'm white, but I'm not an ass like this. Oh, Shane is crazy, bro. Crazy as hell. Shane, clearly it's a generational gap. I will stop now. uh, is white people can't wait. What? um, is white people can't play hoops, bro? You crazy? You crazy as hell. Have a good night, Nav man. I'm getting off here too, man. I gotta go. Look, Shane, peace. Jared Butler is a good player. Yeah. All right, man. So hour and 43 minutes. Y'all kept me way longer than I wanted. And Cowtown Luda shows up every time I'm about to get off. I got some homework to watch Jason Williams highlights. Get him, Cowtown. Get him. Nah, for real though. Yeah, that's what I said, bro. Jason Williams was cold with the rock. Cold. Bro, come on, man. I'm not even gonna go into that. There's just a generational gap, like my man 93 Navman said. It's just but come on. I mean, yes, white people aren't the greatest, and there's not a whole lot of them in the NBA, and most of them are probably foreign, or not foreign, but probably just said anything. Crazy shit. Um, white boy's not that good at hoops. I mean, it just depends on what white boy is, right? What who won the dunk competition the last 3 years in a row? By a mile. Jumped out of the building. The dude jumped over cars with people in the car. What are you talking about? Like, no, with you, bro. I agree with you. It's not even close. It's not even close. The talent is not all there. But there are some, bro. I mean, come on. Some of the greatest of all time. Larry Bird. Chris Mullins. I mean, there's been some cold white boys, bro. Just not as many. I get it. Um, Jokic isn't US either. I know. It's rigged. Max sucks. Stop playing. Stop. Wasn't he on your team, Philly? Come on, man. All right, I gotta go. Good night. Peace out. Much love. Raiders. Just win, baby, and draft good. Join me tomorrow. Cowtown. Show up early, man. Got some draft talk. So the first time today, Raiders, baby. Damn. Hey, did you pull up? Like, subscribe, follow, hit that notification button. I'm about to get off, but we will be back on tomorrow. So, uh, again, like I said, much love.